Good evening and welcome to Bill Simone Field as we get set for the final game of Day 2 of the Libby Matson Tournament, as the Pacific Tigers will take on Bakersfield here tonight. Pacific comes into tonight 3-3 on the season, while Bakersfield comes into tonight 0-5. Bakersfield played a game earlier today. They were on the wrong end of a 9-0 final score, a game that they only had one hit, as they got that hit in the 6th inning to avoid being no hit. And now they'll be playing their second game of the day, while the Tigers will be taking the field for the first time here today. And we'll take a look at the Bakersfield batting order. Candace Halliburton will lead off and play center, followed by Sydney Curran at short. Samantha Martinez will bat third and play second. Samantha Petch, the DH, and bats fourth. Carol Wiseman will catch and bat fifth. Sam Fontaine, the freshman, will play third and bat sixth. And then Ariana Acedo will bat seventh and play first. Natalia Fuggs bats eighth and plays left. And Allie Miller will bat ninth and play right. Defensively for Pacific in the orange uniforms here tonight, left to right in the outfield, Sung in left, Luchetti in center, Waholtz in right. Around the infield, Estrada at third, Kawadi at short, Shepard at second, Koyman at first. Domingo behind the plate and in the circle for the first time as a Pacific Tiger, a freshman right-hander, Farrah Steffany, as she is making her first appearance in the circle for Pacific. And the first pitch to Halliburton, a swing and a miss. And we're underway here at 5:26. Always figure a fourth game of a day during a softball tournament, you're not going to probably start on time, and not too bad. About 40 minutes after what the originally scheduled time was, as that pitch misses for ball one. Talked about Steffany last night when she was hitting for the first time as a Tiger. Was a threat both in the circle and at the plate in high school. A .504 career batting average with 24 home runs and 84 RBIs, and in the circle in high school, a 2.16 ERA, and struck out 58 in 68 innings. And in the circle here, and now a 1-2 count to Halliburton, and that misses high for ball two. Pacific started the season 3-0, 3 straight wins down in Fullerton before losing the final game against Middle Tennessee State, and then Pacific 2 losses yesterday. Tigers were a strike away from a win in their first game before losing 4-3, and then a much tougher second game as that ball hit right back to the circle. An easy play for Steffany, as she will take it a couple steps towards first and then flip the ball over, and so Halliburton retired 1-3 for the first out, and that'll bring up the shortstop Sydney Curran. Mentioned last night, both Bethany Hammer and Micah Sutherland both set career highs for strikeouts in the circle, as showing bunt and missing there is Curran for strike one. The head coach for Bakersfield is Chrissy Buck-Ziegler in her 9th season. Of course, Pacific led by head coach Brian Colsey in his 28th, as that pitch just misses for ball one. Couldn't have asked for a nicer night. The flag in right center, really barely moving at all, straight down. And the 1-1 just misses the outside corner. Calling balls and strikes here tonight, Jim Miller. Gary Hayes down the first base line. Vinny Robledo down the third base line. Steffany taking her time here between pitches, as that pitch in there for a called strike. Pretty much the whole outfield and infield in the shadows, although the lights are on, but not really taking too much effect, as that pitch just misses and will make the count full. Coran has started every single game in her college career, and she draws the one-out walk. So the first base runner of the game for Bakersfield is Coran draws the walk, and that'll bring up the second baseman Samantha Martinez, the junior from Wasco, batting from the right side. She takes a called strike. Domingo quickly hopped up to make sure Coran wasn't going to try to take off. Martinez became the first runner in CSU D1 history to hit multiple home runs on opening week. Took till the sixth inning for Bakersfield to get a hit earlier. As a swing and a miss there. The throw down to first. Not in time, but down on strikes goes Martinez. So the first strikeout of the night for Steffany. And that'll bring up the DH, Samantha Petch. A pitch in the dirt. Domingo blocks it, but no chance to get Coran, who had taken off immediately. Once that ball hit the dirt, she was gone. So the wild pitch will put a runner in scoring position. Domingo has caught every single game behind the plate this season. Pacific's been without Jessica Mabry because of an injury. And a chopper up the middle. That's going to be a tough play, and it's booted it. And that's going to allow the run to come in and score. So Bakersfield will have the early 1-0 lead here. We'll see what they ruled out, a hit or an error. That was going to be a tough play to probably get Petch at first, although the ball booting away allowed the runner to advance. The single is up. We'll see if eventually maybe a single and an error or just a straight single. For now, it's just the single on the board and an RBI base hit for Petch. So after being shut out and just one hit in their game earlier today, a 2-out RBI single, and it's 1-0. And they took advantage of the wild pitch, advanced the runner down to second, and then Petch's single scored Coran without a throw. 1-0 fouled off by Wiseman. Wiseman, the senior catcher, will now head over and have a chat with the coach. And now time is called. I didn't see what happened, but the home plate umpire kind of reaching up towards his neck area. And the Pacific trainer's coming out to check on him, and now he's headed over towards the Pacific. Hopefully home plate umpire Jim Miller is all right. 1-0 Bakersfield here in the first. A 1-out walk has come around and scored thanks to a wild pitch and then a single that got far enough away into the outfield to allow the runner to come all the way around from second. And looks like he's all right. Miller out here reffing or umpiring the Bakersfield game earlier today. And now behind the plate here tonight, the 1-1 misses low. So Pacific once again finds themselves in an early hole, which they've seemed to find themselves in often so far this season, as that pitch is fouled off. First game of the season, Pacific trailed 1-0 going into the 7th against Riverside before scoring 7 to get the win. Of course, yesterday in the first game against Seattle, Pacific trailed 2-0, quickly scored 2 to tie it, then took a 3-2 lead before Seattle got the 2-run hit with 2 outs in the 7th to take the lead and defeat Pacific 4-3, and then Pacific was shut out for the first time this season by CSUN 3-0 in the final game of last night, as another pitch fouled off. The count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a slow roller to third. Strada there to throw in plenty of time for out number 3. But Bakersfield gets a 2-out RBI base hit from Samantha Petch. And after half inning, Bakersfield leads Pacific 1-0 here from Bill Simone Field. To the bottom of the first, Pacific trailing 1-0 against the Bakersfield Roadrunners as they got the 2-out RBI base hit to take the lead. We'll take a look at the Pacific batting order here tonight. Madison Kawadi will lead off, followed by Tally Shepard. Luchetti will bat third, Sung fourth, Sutherland fifth. Koyman will get the bat tonight. She will bat sixth and play first, followed by Domingo catching and batting seventh. Wachholtz will bat eighth, and Raylina Estrada will bat ninth for Pacific. Defensively for the Roadrunners, left to right in the outfield, Fuggs, Halliburton, and Miller. Around the infield, Fontaine at third, Coran at short, Martinez at second, Acedo at first. Behind the plate, Wiseman, and in the circle is Talia Nielsen, making her second start of the season, as the first pitch to Kawadi misses for ball one. Nielsen 0-1 with an 8.48 ERA. The one game she started, she did go the distance, throwing the complete game already. She has thrown 17 1/3 innings this season, as the 1-0 in there for a called strike to Kawadi. One jammed up. That's going to be playable in foul territory, and it's caught by Acedo. So Kawadi pops up to first for the first out of the bottom of the first, and that'll bring up Tally Shepard. And with Shepard up, the infield and the outfield both playing in, especially the outfield playing shallow for Shepard, as the first pitch to her misses outside for ball one. Shepard hitting 200 on the season, 2 for 10. Both of her hits singles, as that pitch misses high for ball two. Pacific didn't have a lot of hits in the game last night, but Shepard had one of them, as she had a little slow roller down the third base line, and she used her speed to beat it out and taking the whole way there on the 2-0 and a called strike. Two one, looking for that outside corner, misses. And there's Tigers' first base hit of the night. So Shepard getting moved all the way up to the number 2 spot in the order and comes through with a 1-out base hit. Where Shepard 2 years ago spent a lot of time at the top of the Tiger order. Had a tough sophomore year, but a single last night and now a single here. So 2 straight games with a hit for Shepard, and that will bring up sophomore center fielder Carly Lucchetti. Takes a called strike. Lucchetti 3 for 19 here in the early part of the season. One of multiple Tigers who have started in every single game this season. As that pitch is in the dirt, Shepard a little bit of a secondary lead. That drew the attention from Wiseman. He jumped up but stopped when she saw Shepard just staying put. 1-1 fouled straight back, and right before that pitch I noticed there's now an error on the scoreboard, so I believe they're going to change the single from pitch. Still going to be a single, but it's going to be a single and an error. The error on the second baseman Shepard, which allowed the runner to come in and score, which probably wouldn't have otherwise. So no RBI for Petch, and an unearned run now charged to Steffany, but still a 1-0 lead for the Roadrunners. 1-2, ground ball to second. A tag, and then the throw to first. Nice job there by the second baseman Martinez to quickly tag Shepard running by and then throw to first to get Lucchetti. So the Tigers get a hit, but the double play, and Nielsen faces the minimum. 3-1, 1-0 Roadrunners. To the second, 1-0 Roadrunners lead the Tigers. Both sides with a hit, but Bakersfield capitalizing off of a wild pitch and an error to take the 1-0 lead. Whereas Bakersfield, they have had a tough season so far, 0-6. In a lot of their games, they've given up a lot of runs. They lost 9-0 earlier today to CSUN. They also lost 11-3. 8-4, 5-1, 6-0, and 14-0. We'll see if the Tigers bats can get going here tonight and try to get back in the win column after losing 3 straight after winning 3 straight to start this season. As 6, 7, 8, part of the order due up here for the Roadrunners. Ground ball is short. The throw from Kawadi, and plenty of time to get Fontaine. So that'll bring up the first baseman, Ariana Acedo, the junior first baseman, hitting 182 on the season. Has started in all but one game this season for the Roadrunners, as she takes low for ball 1. Either side has hit a whole lot of home runs on the season. Roadrunners, Martinez with 2. Pacific only has 1. Deep into the hole, and that's a nice strong throw from Kawadi. So back-to-back ground balls to short. This one much deeper in the hole, and Kawadi fielded it quickly off the hop, and a strong throw, and plenty of time to get a Sato for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Natalia Fuggs. Fuggs, her first start of the season, and she takes a called strike. Fuggs looking for her first hit, although just her 3rd at bat of the season. As she bats here from the left side with the bases empty and 2 down. Ground ball to 3rd. Estrada was playing in and came right to her. And so a 1-2-3 top of the 2nd through an inning and a half. Roadrunners lead 1-0. To the bottom of the 2nd, Tigers trailing 1-0. The 4, 5, 6 part of the order due up here against Talia Nielsen, who pitched most of the game for Bakersfield earlier today, coming in relief. It was a scary moment late in the game where she took a ball right back off her face, although thankfully has that mask, and she was shaken up a little bit but continued to finish the game for Bakersfield. And the start here against Pacific, as Caitlin Sung, first pitch swinging, popped up in the infield. Curran there, and 1 pitch and 1 out. Pacific got the 1 out single in the first, but then Nielsen was able to get Lucchetti to hit into the 4-3 double play. So far, Nielsen has faced the minimum, and that'll bring up Micah Sutherland. Big swing and a miss there for strike 1. Sutherland, 2 for 9 on the season. As mentioned, set her new career high for strikeouts with 9 last night against CSUN. But unfortunately for her and for Hammer the game before, their career highs in the circle came on losing efforts as she swings and misses there for strike 2. And down on strike she goes. And she chased that outside pitch. So the first strikeout of the night for Nielsen, and that'll bring up Tigers first baseman, the senior Brady Koyman. Koyman looking for her first hit of the season, although just her 6th at bat, and she's first pitch swinging to a high fly ball to left center, settling under and making the catch is Fuggs for out number 3. So a very quick 1-2-3 bottom of the 2nd through 2 innings. Roadrunners lead 1-0. To the third, 1-0 Roadrunners lead the Tigers, as Bakersfield will have the 9-1-2 part of their order due up against Farrah Steffany, who's making her debut in the Circle for Pacific here tonight. And so far through 2 innings, she's allowed 1 unearned run and 1 hit. Right now, Tigers trail 1-0 as Allie Miller, the sophomore right fielder, will lead it off for the Roadrunners and takes a called strike. Miller has started in all 7 games this season for Bakersfield, 3 for 13 on the season. .231 average, 1 run batted in, and takes ball 1. Bats from the left side and kind of takes a running start on the pitch, so they're not necessarily a slapper. I saw her hit one pretty hard in their loss earlier today, as that pitch misses outside for ball 2. Since the RBI single in the first, Steffany has retired 4 straight, all on ground balls to the left side of the infield. This time the ground ball back to the circle, and for the second time tonight, Steffany will field it herself and makes a little short flip to first. And so 5 straight outs now, all on ground balls. And it's back to the top of the order. And Candace Halliburton, who mentioned Steffany's gotten now 2 ground balls right back to the circle to her, and the other one was Halliburton, as she led off the game with the ground ball back to Steffany in the circle. And she kind of shows bunt, fouls it off for strike 1. Late bunt showed there. And I went off of Domingo, but looks to be fine. Steffany, a 5'5" freshman from Vista, California, listed on the Tigers roster as a pitcher and a first baseman. Getting hit and pitch, and getting a chance to show her right arm here tonight as that pitch in there for a called strike 2. So far, Steffany just the 1 strikeout. Also the 1 walk, and that walk ended up costing the Tigers. And went to second on the wild pitch, and then ended up scoring another ground ball to the left side, and another chance for Kawadi to show off her strong arm, and she makes the throw. So we continue to see ground balls all back to the circle or to the left side of the infield. And 3 ground ball outs hit to Kawadi at short, 2 to Estrada at third, and 2 back to the circle. As that'll bring up the shortstop, Sydney Coran, who drew that walk in the first and then came around and scored on pitches single and air. Coran, a second best .333 batting average for the Roadrunners, and it's a ground ball to the right side. Koyman scoops it up, has to take just a step forward, and so another 1-2-3 inning for Steffany through 2.5. Bakersfield leads 1-0. To the third, or bottom half of the third, I should say. 1-0 Roadrunners leading Pacific. Pacific, since Shepard's single, it's had 4 straight retired. In fact, that double play that the Roadrunners got in the first inning was their first of the season. And that's after last season they led the nation in double plays. That's just their first of the season back in the first. And since then, Nielsen hasn't given up a base runner. That pitch is low to Domingo, and she will lead it off, followed by Wachholtz and Estrada, the bottom third of the Tigers batting order due up here in the third. Domingo 176 on the season, and she takes outside for ball 2. Tigers have struggled, especially over the last couple games. As Tigers has a team through the first 6 games hitting just 181. And Domingo taking the whole way there on the 2-0, a called strike. Domingo 3 for 17 has the Tigers' lone home run of the season. And now she has the Tigers' second hit of the night as she hits that one through the hole in the left. And so a leadoff base hit and a leadoff base runner for Pacific for the first time. So the leadoff single, and that'll bring up the junior Megan Wachholtz, the transfer from Palomar College. She'll show bunt, pulls back, and takes ball 1. Wachholtz, just 1 hit on the season, does have a run batted in, also has scored 4 runs. No signs of a bunt there, takes low for ball 2. Wachholtz last season at Palomar College hit .433 and 42 runs batted in. And that one's playable. And a nice job by the first baseman, Acedo, to get there and make the catch right in front of the netting. So Wachholtz pops out in foul territory for out number 1, and that'll bring up the Tigers senior third baseman Raylene Estrada. Estrada comes into tonight hitting .235, which is second best on this Tigers team. The only one better is Hannah Krosky, who was 6 for 10 the first 3 games of the season, but she's then been out with an injury as that pitch just foul. Fontaine, the third baseman, nearly touched it, but didn't, then went foul, so just a foul ball. Estrada leads the team with 5 runs batted in. 4 for 17 on the season, and all 4 of her hits have been doubles. The 0-1 in the dirt. Domingo staring closely to see if that ball was going to get far enough away for her to try to take second, but Wiseman did a nice job keeping that one in front of her and keeping Domingo over at first. The 1-1 fouled off. Estrada looked like she was going to try to check her swing, and the ball found the bat. Fouled off for strike 2. The 1-2 high, a little bit outside. Again, Wiseman keeping a close eye over on Domingo at first. Tigers haven't really stolen a lot of bases. They've only tried 4. They've been successful 3 times to throw to second for 1. And they get the double play. And very quickly out comes head coach Brian Colsey. I don't know about that call at first. Either way, a double play. So the second double play of the night for the Roadrunners, a 5-4-3 double play. We are through 3, and Bakersfield with the 1-0 lead. To the fourth here at Bill Simone Field, day 2 of the Libby Matson Tournament. The fourth and final game of today. 3 more games tomorrow. Pacific will play Nevada in the final game of the tournament tomorrow. And right now, it's a 1-0 Roadrunners lead after the second inning ending double play turned by the Roadrunners here in the first 3 innings. I mentioned they led the nation in double plays turned last year and have not had a double play before tonight, but now they've gotten 2. The double play to end the first and 1 to end the third. Although very close call at first, but went the Roadrunners' way. And here we are, top 4. Bakersfield 1 run on 1 hit, no errors. Pacific, no runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. And that error right now, big reason why Pacific's trailing 1-0 is that pitch is high to Samantha Martinez, who was 0 for 1 on the night. Martinez has 2 home runs on the season. The only home runs for Bakersfield. Also leads the team with 4 runs batted in. 357 coming into tonight as that pitch misses for ball 3, and now it's a 3-0 count. And that'll get Domingo to head on out and have a chat with the freshman. Steffany, through the first 3 innings, has walked 1 and struck out 1. But since that single, she has retired 7 straight, all on ground balls. The Roadrunners dugout, you can hear them chanting 3 balls, and taking the whole way there is Martinez for a called strike. See if she gets the green light here to swing away. She does, and it's a ground ball up the middle. Diving play to her knees. The throw! Not in time. Great effort there by Talia Shepard at second. And the throw to first, not in time. A close play at first. And again, another close play at first. Again goes the Roadrunners' way. So that snaps the 7 straight retired by Steffany. The leadoff single for Martinez. The first leadoff base runner of the night for Bakersfield. And now that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Samantha Petch, who singled in her first at-bat, hit a chopper up the middle that went off of Shepard and into the outfield, ruled a single and an error, so was not an RBI. And the run unearned back in the first, the 1-0. Up the middle, Tigers a chance to turn to second for 1, to throw to first, not in time. So a little bit of a bobble before Kawadi was able to throw it to Shepard covering second, so that probably cost the Tigers a chance to try to turn to. It still was able to get Martinez at second for at least 1. So Petch reaches on the fielder's choice 6-4, another ground ball to the left side. And we're going to see a pinch runner now at first for Petch. It's going to be number 10, Ariana Felix. So Felix on to run for pitch. And that'll bring up the catcher, Kara Wiseman. Wiseman 0 for 1. She grounded out to Estrada at third to end the first. First pitch swing, ground ball to Koyman. She will go to second for 1 to throw to first. Not in time. And now we'll roll away to throw back to second, and she is nailed. So not your typical double play, but 2 outs nonetheless through 3.5. Bakersfield still leads 1-0. To the bottom of the 4th inning. Pacific top of the order due up as so far through the first 3 innings, Nielsen has faced the minimum. Helped out by 2 double plays, and Pacific with a double play to end the top half of this inning, although not your conventional double play. A 3-6, 4-6 for those of you keeping track at home. So Kawadi, Shepard, and Lucchetti due up for Pacific here in the 4th. Kawadi 0 for 1. She popped out to first in foul territory in her first at-bat, and she takes outside for ball 1. Nielsen through 3 innings has allowed the 2 hits, has struck out 1 and has not walked a batter. And for the most part, let her defense help her out, and they've helped her out to 2 double plays. 1 to end the first, 1 to end the third. And now a 2-0 count here to Kawadi. And that pitch in there for a called strike. Kawadi's walked twice, also has been hit by a pitch. 3 for 21 on the season. A big swing there on the 2-1, fouled straight back. So they're getting ahead 2-0. Back-to-back strikes is even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes here in the bottom of the 4th. That pitch misses outside, so a full count here. Another really nice night here at Bill Simone Field. Again, the flag in right center not moving at all. At times, the wind can get really bad. I couldn't have asked for a nicer way. And that foul ball would have only come about 3 more feet. I might have caught that one. Or at least I would have made sure I saved my computer. That's about as close as I can recall the ball just barely clearing the net. Another full count pitch. This one fouled straight back into the net. That's in through the first 3 innings. Nielsen has not walked the batter. Does have a strikeout. And another full count pitch to come here to Kawadi. And that's just foul down the left field line. So a good battle here between Nielsen and Kawadi. Another 3-2, and the battle's won by Nielsen as Kawadi goes down swinging. So the second strikeout of the night for Nielsen. So Kawadi retired for the first out, and that'll bring up Talia Shepard. Shepard has one of the Tigers' 2 hits on the night, as that pitch just misses the outside corner. Shepard swings through that one. Shepard's a junior from Wichita, Kansas. And had a great freshman year at the top of the Tiger order before a tough last season. But back to the top of the order, batting second here tonight as she takes ball 2. And that's going to be another base hit. So Shepard, a hit last night and now 2 hits here in this one. As Shepard with the infield in, just it's a nice line drive, kind of just barely got it onto the outfield grass on the fly. But either way, it's another 1-out single for Shepard. And that'll bring up Carly Lucchetti, who grounded into the 4-3 double play to end the first. The roller right to the second baseman Martinez, who just had to reach out and tag Shepard, who was right in front of her. Shepard has not attempted a stolen base this season, but she is certainly a threat to run. Another ground ball to the right side. Martinez, another diving play. The throw to first, not in time. Oh, finally a close play at first goes Pacific's way as Lucchetti beats it out. Nearly another highlight reel play by the second baseman Martinez. As off the bat, that sure looked like that was headed into right field. Dives to her left. Makes a throw from the knees, but not enough on it to get Lucchetti, who runs well. So back-to-back base hits for Pacific here in the 4th. And that'll bring up Caitlin Sung. Sung 0 for 1. First pitch swing fouled off to the left, and that will get out of play just over the roof of the Pacific dugout. Sung hitting 200 on the season, 4 for 20. Couple runs batted in, 1 extra base hit, a double. The 0-1, and that's lined, and that's going to find the gap and roll all the way to the fence. That's going to score at least 1. Being waved around is Shepard. Lucchetti will be stopped at third, and it's a stand-up RBI double for Caitlin Sung, her 2nd double of the season, her 3rd RBI, and Pacific finally on the scoreboard has tied this up at 1. So 3 straight hits for Pacific. Shepard and Lucchetti the singles, and then Sung finds the gap in left center, and the center fielder Halliburton was playing shallow and also was kind of shaded towards right, and really had no chance to get to that ball as it was tailing away towards left center. And an easy stand-up double. Thought perhaps they might take a chance and send Lucchetti as well, but Coach Decker over at third stopping Lucchetti, so the RBI double ties it up, and that'll bring up the DH Micah Sutherland with a chance to try to give Pacific the lead here in the 4th. First pitch takes a called strike. Sutherland batting 200 on the season. And that's a flare to right. That's going to be caught. Lucchetti will tag the throw home, not in time. And Pacific takes the lead, so a sac fly by Micah Sutherland. Scores Lucchetti, and Pacific now leads 2-1. Sung has the third on the throw. That ball wasn't hit very deep, but again, Lucchetti with great speed, as you'd expect from your center fielder, tags and scores. The throw not a good one, sailing over the catcher's head. First pitch swinging is Koyman, and that one's going to land for a base hit, so that'll score another run as Sung comes in, and Brady Koyman with her first hit of the season, an RBI single, and it's now 3-1 Pacific here in the fourth. So Koyman got just enough on it there to get in a shallow center, and Koyman has great power, and the outfield was playing back and no chance for the center fielder Halliburton to come charging in and get to it. So 4 hits in the inning, and Pacific now leads 3-1 as after that had a conversation in the circle as Nielsen had been on a roll coming into this inning and allowed just 2 hits, although had faced the minimum thanks to 2 double plays in the first 3 innings. But she got Kawadi to strike out swinging to start the inning, but then back-to-back singles by Shepard and Lucchetti. Sung followed with the double to the fence in left center. And then after a Sutherland sac fly scored a run, Koyman followed with that 2-out base hit to score a run. So after being shut out last night, Pacific with a crooked number here in the fourth to lead 3-1, and that'll bring up the catcher Madeline Domingo. Domingo 1 for 1 on the night. Now 4 for 18 on the season. She's first pitch swinging, a big swing at that, and she misses for strike 1. So after facing the minimum in each of the first 3 innings, Pacific now with their 7th batter to the plate here in the fourth as she takes a called strike 2. Pacific has come from behind a lot this season already. Mentioned they came from behind against Riverside. They came from behind to take the lead yesterday against Northwoods, but then were unable to hold on for the win. And tonight, Roadrunners were able to strike first with the run in the first, but right now Pacific leads as that fly ball will be caught in left for the final out of the inning. But Pacific with 4 hits in the inning, and they score 3 runs, and after 4, it's now Pacific 3, Bakersfield 1 here from Bill Simone Field. To the 5th, Pacific leads 3-1 as Steffany back in the circle with the first lead. Or for the first time, I should say, with the lead. As Steffany making her debut in the circle here tonight for Pacific. through 4 innings, has allowed just 1 unearned run and has allowed just 2 hits. As the 6, 7, 8 part of the order due up here for the Roadrunners. As the first pitch misses low for ball 1 to Sam Fontaine. The freshman third baseman grounded out to short to lead off the second. A lot of the outs recorded here tonight have come on the ground as that ball will land fair for a base hit. Just kind of barely into the grass in right field, kind of just enough on it to get over the head of Koyman. No chance for Wahholtz in right to get to that one. So a leadoff single for the second inning in a row for Bakersfield. And now a conversation in the circle as assistant coach Tori Yamaguchi will head out and chat with Steffany and Domingo. Of course, mentioned Brian Colsey in his 28th season. One new assistant coach for Pacific this season, Haley Decker. Of course, played in the Women's College World Series. Played at Nebraska and Oregon in her college career. There's another Oregon tie-in on the Matadors coaching staff who we saw last night. Was former Oregon pitcher Sheridan Hawkins, who threw a no-hitter actually here several years ago against Pacific. So, the leadoff hit there by Fontaine. Was the last inning. Martinez led off with a single before a fielder's choice, and then a double play ended the inning, although not your ordinary turn double play like we've seen the Roadrunners turn twice. First pitch swing, ground ball to Estrada at third, to throw to second for 1. And the Tigers get the lead runner. Really no chance to try to turn 2 on a slow hit ball to third. But a nice job there by Estrada to make sure she gets the out at second, gets the lead runner. So the fielder's choice 5-4, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Natalia Fuggs, who's 0 for 1, hit a ground ball to Estrada in her first at bat. She shows bunt, pulls back, and takes ball 1. Of course, you got the corners crashing with Shepard heading to cover first and Kawadi, heading to cover second. No signs of a bunt there. Kind of a late swing and misses for strike 1. Steffany has let her defense do the work behind her. Only the 1 strikeout, a swing and a miss there. A big secondary lead by Acedo. She'll go back to first. Back in the first. Steffany walked Coran, struck out Martinez. And then since then, no walks or no strikeouts. It's all been balls in play and outs, mostly on the ground. 1-2, just misses. In fact, other than the 1 strikeout, 12 of the 13 outs have come on ground balls. After Fuggs is Miller. Then after her would be back to the top of the order. Swing and a miss. There's the second strikeout of the night for Steffany. And she gets Fuggs, the swing and miss. I mentioned back in the first, got Martinez to strike out for the second out of the first, and now her second strikeout for the second out here in the 5th. So that'll bring up Allie Miller, the number 9 hitter, 0 for 1. Grounded back to the circle, and again we'll ground it to the circle. Steffany fields, and a nice strong throw. Gets the speedy Miller by a step. So Bakersfield gets a leadoff hit, but does nothing after that. Through 4.5, Pacific leads 3-1. to the bottom of the fifth. Pacific with a 3-1 lead, as the Tigers will have the 8-9-1 part of the order due up here in the fifth. Wachholtz, Estrada, and Kawadi. As the first pitch from Nielsen misses low. Pacific finally able to get on the scoreboard with 4 hits and 3 runs in the fourth to take a 3-1 lead, as that pitch misses high for ball 2. Tigers have had base runners in 2 of the first 3 innings, but hit in 2 inning-ending double plays. But finally able to break through against Nielsen in the fourth, and now Wachholtz ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. Wachholtz does have a walk, also has been hit by a pitch this season. And that pitch in there for a called strike. Wachholtz taken the whole way. See if she swings here on the 3-1. She doesn't. She takes a called strike 2. So back-to-back pitches. She watches. In fact, she's watched the first 5 pitches of this at bat. First the 3 balls and then back-to-back strikes. 3-2, and that ball hit deep to left. If it's fair, it's gone. Is it fair? It is. Home run, Megan Wachholtz. A solo shot to left. Her first home run in the orange and black. And it's now 4-1 Pacific here in the fifth. So Wachholtz hit that one a long ways down the left field line. Was going to be close, and I think it was just over the foul pole in left. The umpire, perfect position down the line, turns around, signals it's fair and gone. And so there's the second home run of the season for Pacific. The first home run for Wachholtz as the Pacific Tiger. And it's now 4-1 Pacific here in the fifth. Mentioned Wachholtz drove in a ton of runs at Palomar College last season, 42. And we saw her finally get a hold of one here in the orange and black, and it really, it's such a calm night. Often the wind will be blowing out and help that ball off the bat. Knew it didn't need any help. It was just a matter of if it was going to stay fair. And it just hugged the line and over the orange foul pole. So good to see this Tigers offense starting to wake up a little bit here tonight. Mentioned scored 7 in the first game. All 7 came in the 7th inning. Beat Utah State 3-1, then 5-1 over Fullerton, but then just 2 runs against Middle Tennessee State. Just 3 runs total in the 2 games yesterday, but 4 now here through 4 plus, as that pitch misses low for ball 2 to Raylene Estrada. Estrada 0 for 1, hit into the 5-4-3 double play back in the third. A real close play at first that had head coach Brian Colsey coming out not happy with the call. And right now Estrada had 3 balls and no strikes. So we saw Wachholtz get ahead 3-0, then watch 2 strikes before her home run. Estrada watches the 3-0. We'll see if she watches a 3-1 pitch just like Wachholtz, the at-bat before. Nope. Line drive. Look out. Right back up the middle, and I'm glad to see Nielsen got out of the way. That was similar to a play earlier that smacked Nielsen in the face. This time she's able to get down and elude it. And the third baseman, Fontaine, coming over to make sure she's all right. And to say, watching the Bakersfield game earlier, even when she was getting beat up in more ways than one, she still had a smile on her face out there in the circle, and glad to see that ball didn't hit her, as Estrada hit that ball hard on the line right back up the middle. So Estrada with the base hit. And back to the top of the order for Madison Kawadi, who's looking for her first hit of the night as that pitch misses outside. Again, we've seen Wiseman kind of quickly jump up to make sure the runners at first aren't trying to take off. 8 hits now for Pacific. That pitch close, but low for ball 2. So Nielsen got behind 3-0 on Wachholz. Ended up getting back to a full count before Wachholz's home run. Got behind 3-0 to Estrada. Will not get behind 3-0 to Kawadi, as that 2-0 in there for a called strike. Two-one, fouled straight back. Kawadi last season was tied for the lead on the Tigers with 5 home runs, along with Jessica Mabry. And this season has found a spot pretty much in that leadoff spot for every game this season, as that pitch misses outside, and so a full count now for Kawadi. Like last season, was tied for the team lead with the 5 home runs. Had a team best 10 doubles, also had a triple. 18 runs batted in. Of course, Mabry has yet to play a game this season, out hurt. Popped up. It's going to be playable in foul territory, and it's the first baseman, Acedo, who will make the catch. And that's the second time tonight Kawadi has popped out to first in foul territory. So Kawadi, the first out of this 5th inning, and that'll bring up Talia Shepard. Shepard 2 for 2 on the night with a pair of singles. And that ball's in the dirt, taking off and heading down to second. And stealing second is Estrada. So, mentioned coming into tonight, Pacific just 3 for 4 on stolen bases. But the steal there. So Estrada, her first stolen base of the season. And that'll put a runner in scoring position. Shepard, late bunt there, not a good one. Unfortunately for her, it went straight back, and they're actually going to say it hit her. And here comes a very angry coach from the Bakersfield side. And before she even gets to the home plate umpire, he said, okay, hold on, let me go talk with the other guys. And back comes Shepard. So a foul ball. And infield playing in, outfield playing very shallow. Here is Shepard at the plate as she takes a called strike 2. All 4 of Shepard's hits this season have been singles. She is now 4 for 12 on the season, so a 333 batting average. She came into tonight 2 for 10, and here tonight 2 for 2 as the count goes to 2-2. The runner on second and 1 out. Shepard fouls that one off the net. You got the center fielder Halliburton, very shallow, almost on the infield dirt, kind of shaded a little bit towards left center, as Shepard tries to hit it down the left field line and hits that one foul. Wachholz led off the inning with a home run. Estrada followed with a base hit and stole second. The 2-2, and that gets off the pitcher's glove. It's going to be close at first, and it's not in time. Base hit for Talia Shepard. So Talia Shepard 3 for 3 on the night, as Nielsen nearly was able to make the grab in the circle, had to go off her glove, and really by the time it got past her into the infielder, no chance to get Shepard, who runs really well. So Talia Shepard, her first 3-hit game of the season. As a freshman, she had 7 3-hit games, but he said had a very tough year last year, didn't have a single 3-hit game. So her first 3-hit game since her freshman year, her 8th 3-hit game of her Tiger career. Swing and a miss there. She'll steal second, and the throw kind of cut off. They wanted to make sure Estrada didn't try to break for home. So another stolen base for Pacific, as Shepard having herself quite the night. 3 base hits and now a stolen base. And it's 2 in scoring position for Carly Lucchetti, although Lucchetti in an 0-2 hole. That pitch misses outside. Lucchetti 1 for 2 on the night. Had a base hit in her last at-bat. A 1-2. And see if they tag and try to center. They won't. It's caught by the left fielder, and that's a great throw home. Good idea not to send Estrada there. She would have been out easily. So Lucchetti flies out to left. And I think that's a case of knowing your runner. We saw a similar fly ball to right field earlier, kind of very shallow, and the Tigers sent Lucchetti, and she was able to score. This time to left field, Pacific elects not to run. And so now 2 down and 2 in scoring position for Caitlin Sung. Sung first pitch swing, that's an RBI base hit, and that'll score 2 as that gets by the left fielder, rolls all the way to the fence. Sung stands up into second. So Caitlin Sung comes through with the 2-out RBI base hit. And it's now 6-1 Pacific here in the 5th. And waiting to see if they roll a straight double. It looks like it. So if that's the case, 2 doubles on the night for Caitlin Sung. So Sung, her 3rd double of the season. And she now has 3 RBIs. Had the RBI double earlier, and that double there with 2 down scores 2. And Pacific now with 10 hits on the night. And 3 runs in the 4th and 3 runs now here in the 5th. Sutherland takes a ball. The throw down to second goes into center field, although Song will just stay at second. As alertly backing up there in center looks to be Garrett. 2-0 fouled off to the right. Oh, 6-1 Pacific. Bakersfield scored first, the unearned run back in the 1st, but finally the Tigers getting their offense going here these last 2 innings as that pitch fouled straight back and will make the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sutherland 0 for 1. Had the sac fly that scored Lucchetti last inning. And now here she bats with a runner on second and 2 down. And that ball lined foul down the left field line. Takes a long look over at the third base coaching box at Haley Decker, who's giving an example kind of what she wants to see here on this pitch. And another foul ball, this time hit out in front of the Tigers dugout. Saw a couple players running back towards the Roadrunners dugout. Wonder if we'll see a pitching change at some point. Swing and a miss for strike 3, but Pacific adds to their lead. Wachholtz a solo home run. Caitlin Sung a 2-run double. And through 5, it's 6-1 Pacific here from Bill Simone Field. To the sixth, 6-1 Pacific. After the Tigers have put up a 3-spot in the fourth and the fifth to take the 6-1 lead, and the Roadrunners will have the top of their order due up here in the sixth against Farrah Steffany, who's had a nice Pacific debut in the circle. 5 innings, has allowed just 1 unearned run, just allowed the 3 hits. As Candace Halliburton will lead off. First pitch swing, ground ball, that's going to find its way through the hole and into center field. So a leadoff base hit for Halliburton. Her first hit of the night. And the 3rd inning in a row that Bakersfield gets a leadoff base hit. As they got 2 innings ago, as Martinez that led off, but Pacific ended up getting a double play in the inning. Last inning, Fontaine led off with a single before Steffany was able to retire the next 3 in order. We'll see if she can do it again here in the 6th. Showing bunt and missing is Coran for a called strike. Coran 0 for 1. Walked in the first and grounded out to Koyman at first to end the 3rd. The 1 fouled off towards the Roadrunners on deck circle as Martinez kind of twisted her body forward to make sure she wasn't going to get hit. Estrada at 3rd, playing somewhat close to the line. Koyman now playing back, nowhere near the line. Ground ball to second. Shepard looked at second, but elects just to go to first to make sure she gets at least 1. So Coran grounds out, retired 4-3. Down to second goes Halliburton. And certainly right now with a 6-1 lead, you want to make sure you can at least get 1 out. You're fine with giving up a base for an out. As that pitch misses low to Samantha Martinez. 1 for 2 on the night is the junior. Mentioned she has both of the Roadrunners home runs this season. As that pitch misses high. Nice job by Domingo to reach up and grab that one. And make sure that Halliburton stays at second. Two 0 misses, so a full count now to Martinez. See if she's taking the whole way here. Steffany has walked just 1. She is taking the whole way, and it's in there for a called strike. Steffany threw 5 1/3, has walked just 1, has struck out 2. Every non-strikeout out has come on balls on the ground, as that misses inside for ball 4. So there's the second walk of the night allowed by Steffany, as Martinez will reach base safely for the 2nd time tonight. And so 2 on and 1 out here in the 6th. And that'll bring up Samantha Petch, who re-enters. She reached on the fielder's choice in her last at-bat, then was removed for a pinch runner. Petch had the single back in the 1st inning that was a part of them scoring their run, as there was a runner on second with 2 outs, and she got the infield single, and the ball was booted into the outfield, which allowed the run to score. And at the time, give the Roadrunners the 1-0 lead. And right now, 6-1 Pacific, as she takes a called strike on the inside corner. Steffany, after walking just her second batter of the night, has now gotten ahead at 0-2 on the cleanup hitter pitch. Outfield playing deep. Infield playing back almost on the edge of the outfield grass. Trying to check her swing, unable to do so. So the pitch down on strikes on 3 pitches. And after just the second walk of the night, Steffany comes back and picks up her 3rd strikeout. And she gets pitch swinging. And that'll bring up Kara Wiseman. Wiseman is 0 for 2. She has grounded out in both of her at-bats. Grounded out to 3rd and grounded out to 1st. Part of the 3-6-4-6 double play, which ended the 4th inning. And she bats here with 2 on and 2 outs. Slow roller in front. Domingo quickly out. A nice strong throw to first in time for out number 3. So Bakersfield gets a couple base runners, but strands 2 through 5.5. Pacific leads 6-1. Pacific with one final chance to try to add to their lead, as Pacific leads 6-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th, and it'll be the 6-7-8 part of the order due up for Pacific against Talia Nielsen. Now, Koyman, Domingo, and Wallholtz due up for Pacific. Yes, Pacific has scored 3 runs in each of the last 2 innings. That one will land foul. Koyman hitting it the other way. It went a long ways, but kept hooking foul. And a calm night here in Stockton. Flag in right center, barely moving if at all. 0-1 hit high, playable near the warning track in center, and it's caught by Halliburton for out number 1. So Koyman will likely end the night 1 for 3, and that will bring up the catcher Madeline Domingo. Domingo 1 for 2, singled back in the 3rd, flew out to left in her last at bat. First pitch misses. Pacific will play the final game tomorrow, scheduled for 2:30. Probably be a tiny bit later than that, but Pacific will wrap up the Libby Matson tomorrow against the Nevada Wolfpack, who were victorious in the game before this one. As Nevada SID, who was sitting in here next to us, commented that was the first time the Wolfpack had ever defeated the Matadors. And the Wolfpack and Tigers will wrap up the Libby Matson Tournament tomorrow, the 3rd game of 3, and the 10th game of the weekend. As the count now 3 balls and no strikes. to Domingo. See if she's taken the whole way. She is. And it's low for ball 4, so a 4-pitch walk by Domingo. And I think we may see a pitching change here, as Nielsen's gone the whole way here. Came in relief and pitched most of the game earlier, and we will see a pitching change, so we'll take the short break as well. A pitching change here in the 6th, 6-1 Pacific. New pitcher for Bakersfield is number 18, Darren Hitzel. The lefty will take the circle here with one down in the bottom of the 6th, as the first pitch to Wahholtz misses low. Wahholtz 1 for 2. Hit her first home run as the Pacific Tiger in her last at bat. As she now faces the left-handed junior as it's hit off the circle off of Hitzel. She does a nice job to recover and make the throw in time to get Wahholtz at first for out number 2. Hitzel pitched in the game earlier today against the Matadors. In fact, she started the game, ended up going 2 1/3, allowed 5 runs before being relieved by Nielsen. And now here in the final game of the night, Hitzel coming in relief for Nielsen. And now facing Estrada, who's 1 for 2. As that pitch is low. Estrada singled in her last at bat, then scored on Sung's 2-out, 2-run double to extend the Tiger lead to 6-1 as that pitch just misses for ball 2. That single in Estrada's last at bat was her first single of the season after her first 4 hits of the year were all doubles. So Estrada now 5 for 19 on the season. And right now a 3-1 count. And she fouls that one off of herself. So the count goes full. If Estrada can reach, it'll be back to the top of the order. Bakersfield in the 7th will have the 6, 7, 8 part of their order due up. 3-2, ground ball to third. Nice job there, fielding it on the move and making a strong throw is Fontaine for out number 3. So Tigers do not add to their lead. We head to the 7th, 6-1 Pacific. To the 7th, Tigers leading 6-1. Farrah Steffany back out looking for a complete game here tonight. She has allowed just the 1 unearned run, has allowed 4 hits, has walked 2 and struck out 3 in her first appearance in the circle this season for Pacific, and right now 3 outs away from a victory, as the third baseman Sam Fontaine, after a nice play to end the bottom of the 6th, will lead it off for the Roadrunners here in the 7th. Whereas Pacific last night was a strike away from a win. Ground ball to second. Shepard with the throw kind of right on the edge of the dirt and outfield grass. And a nice throw there. And so all the outs, except for the strikeouts, continue to be ground balls. As the only outs not recorded on ground balls have been the strikeouts. First pitch to Acedo. Misses for ball 1. Acedo 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice in her last at bat. The 1-0 misses high for ball 2. Long look at her wrist here before this 2-0. And that misses low and inside for ball 3. After Acedo, it's Fuggs and then Miller. Both are 0 for 2. And then after that, if somebody should reach, it would go back to the top of the order for the Roadrunners. Taking the whole way, and that misses for ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk for Acedo, and that'll get Tori Yamaguchi to come out of the Tiger dugout and go have a chat with her freshman pitcher, perhaps to make sure she's not tired and needs to come out. I'm sure they'd love to have her finish this one off, although she hasn't pitched in a game yet this season, and here she is into the 7th. And looks like we're going to see a pinch hitter for Bakersfield. Looks like a junior, Allie Dobbs, will pinch hit in the 8th spot in the order for Fuggs. Dobbs, the junior from Wasco, will pinch hit here. Dobbs, just her second at-bat of the season, 0 for 1. An opportunity here to get an at-bat. And after 4 straight pitches out of the strike zone, first pitch to Dobbs in there for a called strike. Looking to see if maybe another pinch hitters in the on-deck circle. Can't quite tell. That pitch misses low. Domingo jumps up. It holds on to it. Really is taking her time here this inning between pitches as the 1-1 fouled off. So far through 6 1/3, Steffany has allowed 1 unearned run, has allowed 4 hits, has walked 3 and struck out 3. And right now 2 outs away from a complete game win. One, 2, and that's line, and what a catch by Koyman, and that'll do it. Great catch there by Koyman. Extending to her left, kind of a snow cone grab, and then she tags first to double off the runner. So that's how the game comes to an end. We saw a lot of double plays, and a double play ends it as Koyman makes the double play unassisted. And Pacific gets their first home win of the season. Pacific trailed 1-0 after one, but Tigers broke through 3 runs in the 4th, 3 runs in the 5th, and they hold on for the 6-1 win. Bakersfield 1 run on 4 hits and no errors. Pacific 6 runs on 10 hits and 1 error. Bakersfield will fall to 0-7. Pacific, with their first home win, snaps a 3-game losing streak, now 4-3. Farrah Steffany, quite the debut in the circle for the freshman. The complete game win. She goes the distance, allows just 1 unearned run, 4 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts for her on the night. So that'll do it. Pacific, like I said, back in action. Their game tomorrow, the final game of the Libby Matson Classic, scheduled for 2:30 against Nevada. So hopefully we will see you around then, perhaps a touch later, as we wrap up 10 games over 3 days here from Bill Simone Field. So that'll do it. Pacific with the 6-1 win. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and we will see you tomorrow.